Yo, yo.
Yo.
Morning.
What's up, man?
What's happening, guys?
Good, good. What about you, man?
Nothing much. Just gotta work that in.
Oh, yes, sir.
Old. What's up, James? Lee?
Morning, boys.
What's up, guys?
Another day, another dollar.
Oh, yeah. All right. I got way too many tabs up here. Let's see what we got. How you guys doing?
Doing great. Doing great.
Definitely. Matei. What's up, guys?
Hi guys, I didn't.
All right. So. Just give me 1 second. I'm just trying to get rid of a lot of these. Let's see, TJ. Don't need that. Christian. Don't need this. Oh, yeah. All right. So gold, it looks like we broke out. Did this make sense to you guys? I sent this last night. Looked like we were in this bearish channel over here. We finally broke out of it. We retested the bearish channel right over here. Started getting some bullish pressure coming up here. I was trying to paper trade a gold buy over here, and for price to come back up into these wick rejections up here. And I have this. So this is how I would have traded that. So obviously price coming over here, 4-minute support, retapping this trend line over here. We get some bullish pressure. Now, this is the 5-minute. Now, as price came up, I would have secured 80% at 18 pips, stop loss at break even. And I would have either gotten stopped at a break even right over here, or I would have left my stop loss at its original spot. And I just would have closed in profits with this candle closing outside of the bullish channel. Now, it looked like we came down, created this low, retested this previous support, and came back up to retest that trend line to then head back down. So that's what I was looking at last night with gold. So right now we are continuing bearish, and I've been bearish on gold. I just saw this channel right here coming up, and whenever you get that break out of it, this would have been a nice move this morning. Get this resistance formed right here, barely any top wick over here, and price past the low of this candle right here. This would have been the move. Coming back down and retest these wicks. See what GJ is doing. Looks like GJ got that break above 149.200. And we gotta wait for price to exit this area over here and continue bullish. What are you guys looking at?
Got GG this morning. GCAT is ranging.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. All right. So yeah, as you guys know, with GJ, we've been waiting for a price to break out of this range, right? It's been breaking out. We've been in a bullish trend, tapping this 4-hour bullish trend over here. Obviously, this is the 30-minute, but this is valid on the higher time frames. It's been tapping it multiple times, and we just haven't been able to get much of a clean scalp all week on GJ because we've been breaking out in this range, and nothing breaking out of 149 200 or 148 200. So it's been a little difficult, but as we see here, we have GJ respecting this bullish trend over here. We broke above and created this high up here, 149 600. We tapped 600. Now we're starting to retest this zone over here, and we're getting that range. But if we get in some movement right here at this key level, we could get some buy opportunities for a price to continue bullish. But we have that annual budget release coming out. I don't know if it came out yet. It says tentative. So obviously with that budget, if we get like high taxes and stuff like that when it comes to the pound citizens, you're gonna have to you're gonna see the pound start to come back down into this range, and it's gonna come down. So I'm just looking at that area right there. EJ, we are ranging. We tapped this area like we said on the stream. If you close above this area over here, you're going to get this move right back up to retest this high to the left. That's what we got. Now we're starting to reject it. Let's see. Anybody have any charts or anything they want me to look at? All right. Okay, let's see. Awesome. Sounds good, James.
So do you know the annual budget release? Does that mean it's going on all day?
It says tentative, but it's going to come out at a certain time. It's not telling us what time. Another source was saying that it would come out around 12 p.m. London time, which is what time over here?
20 minutes time. So I think that's like 8 o'clock your time.
Something like that.
7 maybe?
Nathan sent something over about it coming out around that time, so we shall see. I'm just waiting on Forex Factory to update it. So this is a perfect setup on gold on the 1 hour. Nice bearish candle. Let's say you grab this move. Looks like it's coming back down into this area, 87 pips. Probably secure at these wicks over here.
Can you explain that gold trade right now?
Right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. So as we see, like gold is very bearish. And we can for now. So gold has been pretty bearish. It's in this corrective state from the bullish push that we got, right? So we're pushing bearish, and this daily candle came up, and obviously we're in this bearish trend over here, but this daily candle came down, created its bottom wick, and then came up and closed bullish. But there's no top wick over there, which is a high indicator that price is going to start dropping from that area. There's not much more momentum for price to continue bullish. Now, on the 4 hour, we've been in this bearish trend. I'll just keep it right here. Been in this bearish channel right over here and created the low, right? We did this last week with this strong move on Friday. Came down, created the low, came back up, retested it, respected this bearish channel, and then price broke out of it yesterday and Monday. So we broke out of that bearish channel and retested it right in here with this bullish candle right here. So these candles started getting weaker and weaker around this area, and then we just pushed bullish from there to retest this high up here, and then eventually this wick rejection over here. So we created resistance. Now, when we started coming over here is when I started to realize we're kind of in a channel right now as well on the 30-minute and the 15-minute. Right? So that makes sense to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're pushing up, and what I did was I had a paper trade last night. I don't trade Asian, but when price was in this area, I was grabbing this move. I would have secured up here. Here, I'll show it to you.
So did you buy in because it was forming a bullish candle at support?
Yes. So if you look at this is the 15-minute time frame last night. So when this candle was coming up and forming this, after it created its bottom wick and started pushing bullish, that's when I would have entered.
Okay.
Now, this is what the 5-minute looks like. I would have entered on this 5-minute candle as price is trying to push bullish with a wide stop loss. See how I put my stop loss below all these wicks over here?
Mm-hmm.
This is the 15-minute time frame. Now, as price started to come up to retest these highs, I saw it coming up to fill this wick at least and retest this area before it started coming bearish. But I came up here to these candle body highs. As price came up about 18 pips is when I would have secured 80% and put my stop loss at break even. I would have been stopped at break even with this candle, or if I left my stop loss in its original spot, then I would have just closed the full position with this candle closing outside of this bearish channel. Now, it came down, created its low, respected this support, and then came back up to retest that channel and then just head down.
So is there any reason you wouldn't buy in again at that support?
Right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it broke out of the 15-minute channel over here. And this is actually a higher time frame channel. So I'm also bearish on gold.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So I just saw this corrective state over here and anticipating price coming back up from a major support down here. I saw, grab this move a little bit as you see it respecting and retesting this bearish channel as price broke out of it, creating this high. It's respecting this. So is it going to come up into this area, into these wick rejections up here, and honor this bullish trend or this bullish channel. Get part of that, secure. Be conservative with it and secure at certain points. That's what I did. And then once it broke out of that, I was waiting for the retest, and then it just came down during London. That makes sense.
So the trade that you're in now, like
I'm not in gold right now. I'm saying this is how I would have caught gold on the 1 hour. So you get this strong bearish move coming down to mirror these candles over here. Price came up, retraced a little bit, retested this area. You want to put this right there, right? Price wicked up into that area, and then this candle closed with no top wick and a nice wick to fill and a strong body candle on the 1 hour. I would have entered this on the 1 hour after it closed. This 1 hour came down, created its bottom wick, and then retraced, and that's where I would have entered. So I just want to put this over here just so you guys know I'm not in this. But that's a great setup right there. It's a little messy on the lower time frames, right? You could have entered this price past the low of this wick right over here and gotten this, but the best entry and the cleanest entry is on that 1 hour. Nice bearish candle, no top wick, wick to fill, enter as soon as it closed.
So basically, it broke that, and then it made a resistance, and then it came back down, right?
Yeah, it retraced a little bit to retest this area right over here.
Okay.
Right. Once price left this area with this strong bearish candle, it wanted to retest that area right over here with this wick. Closed a weak bullish candle. Obviously, you're not going to take buys on this, but you wait for the resistance to be formed at some point. Like if you're watching this and these candles didn't even happen yet, you're watching price come up, retest, create like a resistance over here, and continue down. But you got this candle right here that printed like that, and that's perfect.
Thank you.
100%. So gold looks like it's going to continue bearish. And we keep getting this setup right over here on the 30 minute. So we might be able to get a resistance formed and take this right back down to 1717. But you don't want to sell at the low right over here. You want to wait for similar price action like this, where you get those bearish candles with a wick to fill. US 30. With GJ, we broke above 149.200, like I said, created this high up here. Now we're coming back down to retest it. Possibly forming support right in here. This is going to be a key level. Got two clean candles to the left. Get some bullish movement on the higher time frames and the lower time frames, and you can take this back up. We are in a range right here. So how big is this range? 35, 36. Gio, what's up, my man? Gary, everyone that popped in, what's up, guys?
Hey, how you doing?
What's up, Justin? Yeah, I see this too, Gary. Let's look at that. So you have this area. Oh. This is what Gary's talking about. So these wick rejections over here, this is where price retested this bearish channel to start coming back up. Now we're in that area right here. I'm just waiting for that resistance to be formed to continue down. Always check the higher time frames. this would have been perfect. Anybody trading pre-New York or London, you guys have been on the charts. This is why you check all different time frames. Because if you're on the 15-minute, it's like, where do I enter this? Right? Could have entered up here, actually, after this retest of this area I was just talking about. After you get the bearish 15-minute close, put your stop loss up there, anticipating gold is bearish, anticipating it to continue to drop. Now, on the higher time frames, this may have been easier for you to take, and that's why you check all of them. Check the 4 hour, the 1 hour. Obviously, you do your top-down analysis, but you also go back and look at all the time frames before entering your trade, because you could forget what the higher time frames look like. Wendy sent something. What's up, Wendy? All right. Okay, so minor support. GJ looking for sales. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm looking for, a close above this area right over here. Notate right there. Right? We want to close above 149. What? Let's see. What price is this? 149, 580, 149, 550. You want to close above this area for price to, that's going to be safe buys. Riskier buys are going to be right in here. As you start to get some turnaround on the lower time frames and support forms, you already see the 5-minute reacting to it. So let's see what happens over here. And you could get movement to come back up and retest that high. But remember, we get that budget release coming out. So we got to see when that is. Wendy, I love that you're sticking to that plan, man. That's awesome. Keep it up. Of course. All right. Now, if we get a close below 149.200 and a retest of this area right here, we got a nice move we could be looking at right down here. We got a clean move to the left. And we got enough. Got about 25 pips to play with. So you can at least grab 10 pips out of this. Hey, Gafour, how you doing with drawing the support and resistance and everything?
I'm still practicing. I don't think it's perfect yet, but I still have to practice like the trend lines and like yeah, like mainly just the trend lines I still have to work on, and like just I guess it's just practice, right?
Yeah, 100%. The more you train your eyes and the more you get used to it, the more you'll feel more comfortable doing it.
Like I'm just gonna focus on the break and retest for EJ for now.
Yeah, that's perfect. Just stick to that one setup like we put in your plan. One setup, one pair, and stick to that for a couple weeks and see how it goes. But obviously you want to do your top-down analysis from the monthly. Maybe you could start drawing your zones on the weekly and the daily, and then draw your zones all the way down to the 30-minute. All right. Does that 1 hour wick on 700 around 10 pips from 30-minute support? I'll concern you on GJ. So does that 1 hour wick? So you're saying, Wendy, you saying like this is a rejection wick? Yeah, so it could be, and this could also be a wick to fill if we form support over here. It is a rejection wick right now, but if we get support starting to form in this area, we have a range of about 36 pips. If you get clean candles on the 15-minute or the 30-minute closing bullish in this area, you could get a clean buy back up to this high up here. But for now, yeah, it is a rejection. But we are bullish, so it could be a wick to fill as well. We created the high. Now we're coming back down on the higher time frames to retest that area and then come back up to fill it. But it's we need that positive annual budget coming out. Jameson and charts. Yep.
Yeah, really just looking at sells right now. Eager to see where this 1 hour closes.
I like it. Yeah, this is a clean area. I mean, once you get a close below this area, you're coming right back down to 128,900.
Yep. Nice.
I like it.
I was looking for buys originally, but once we kind of started jumping back into that range, I kind of switched the buys to sells.
Yeah, 100%. So you're saying no trade range right here. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yep.
If it closes right at support, I'll probably just wait for maybe another 15-minute to close under.
Yeah.
129, flat, basically.
What we could be getting is, some correction of this bullish move coming back down into this area.
Like if you want to, I don't know if we can really say this yet, but maybe this is the start of, a retest of 128,400. And this bullish move during Asian in London was just a retracement from the, downward push we had last week.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. This is the 4 hour. This is the 1 hour. So it looks like not the 1 hour, but the daily came up, retested this area, and now it's starting to retrace. It created a top wick though. And these two candles came all the way down, retested this previous resistance over here, and flipped bullish. This candle came up and retested this high up here at 129,500, we'll call it. No, 129,450. Came all the way back up, and it's starting to reject right now. So maybe it's creating its top wick or just rejecting to continue bearish.
Yep.
Now you see the 4 hour just rejecting that. Barely a top wick. It's passing the low of this candle right over here. And you got clean movement to the left. So if you were to do a intraday trade, this could be a good option for you. 33 pip stop loss, anticipating price to come back down into this area. You got clean candles to the left, right? Past the low of this candle right over here, and it could be coming down. It could even pass through the support and continue bearish, but you're going to secure at certain points wherever you feel comfortable. Now, safe sells are going to be once you wait for price to close below this area to come back down into here.
Yeah, that would be, I think, ideally if we can get that move during maybe after NYSE open.
Yeah. Yeah. And like we said, we're in this bullish trend over here. So when you're calling tops and you see that, all right, there's an opportunity for price to reverse right over here and continue bearish, you want price to break certain levels before it gets into there. So right now it's closing below the support, it looks like so far, right? And you want to wait for that retest for price to continue bearish. I actually put a video in the analysis and price breakdown channel last week, I think. Yeah, I think it was last week. And I also added it to the course. If you did see a tops or bottoms kind of scenario, this is how you would take it. This is what you wait for.
Yeah, I think now I'm just going to wait for a close below 128,900. I don't really know where my stop loss would be for to take it down to 128.915.
Yeah. Yeah. 128.915. Right over here. 128.930.
Or yeah, 128.930. Yeah.
Hey, check that out. It's just all the trades that I think we should have taken.
Oh, nice. There you go. Oh, is this from last week?
Now this is from this week.
This
Like,
week. Okay, good stuff. I like it. Yeah, these are good setups. I mean, these are risky buys, but I like it how prices form and support. But this is, hold on, let's get the GJ chart out. Looks like we're starting to react in this area. So this, Lee, that one buy, I actually sent the chart of how you could have taken GJ over there, right here. So a couple people were asking how you could have caught that. As we see price in a bullish trend on the 4-hour, price tapping this area multiple times, like I showed you.
yeah.
Now we're starting to get into that area and react in that key area, right? We create this high, come back down, form support over here. But where are you going to take this? Where's like safe buys? Now, in London, a couple of you guys, I don't know if you guys took it, but you guys got faked out thinking that price is going to come up, mirror this move over here, and continue bullish. But it ended up rejecting and closing right back into the range. So on the 15-minute, that's a fake out. But on the 30-minute, you wait for this candle to close above, right? And then on the 15-minute would have been this candle. Once this candle closed, would have been the 30-minute candle closing, right?
Yeah.
So you would have entered after that candle closed above. You could have put your stop loss in the middle of this this candle right here. It doesn't have to be all the way down here. Price continued bullish to mirror this move over here. Had some issues with this doji candle, with this previous resistance over here, and then just continued bullish. This is what the 5-minute looks like. You could have entered this on multiple time frames. So the 5-minute created the support over here, and it would have came up. It would have been the same area. The 1-minute price just following this bullish trend over here. It could have been right over here. But you don't really even need those time frames. You just need the higher time frames, the 15-minute, the 30-minute. Okay, Giovanni, good stuff. Yeah, we'll take a look at US 30 in a second. So we came all the way back up to 148.850, rejected, and that's basically how you could have caught that. You would still be in that trade. You would have caught this whole thing. Based on, looking at not just the support, but this higher time frame bullish trend that price is following and tapping. And that's what we want to be catching, some of these moves that are reacting in these areas to continue bullish. So let's take a look at US 30. So now we want to see real quick. These candles are starting to get weaker. 5-minute is starting to turn around in this area. Right? So let's see. We have a plan for both sides. Always methodical, right? Price creates support over here. We could take this up. If price comes back down, retest, we could take this right back down to 149 flat or 148.950. But looks like we're starting to get some rejection of this area. US 30.
And did anybody get those sells on gold for London?
I was just calling it out.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, whoever trades London had some perfect opportunities on gold.
Gold and GJ.
The US 30 is just a mess.
Nah, man, there's a big move happening again. the same move probably from last week is gonna happen again this week.
Oh.
It's in that range. Look at the 4-hour. Maybe this week with the NFP is gonna shoot up again for 32,000.
Creating that support over here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, we got stimulus coming out. I was just saying on the higher time frames, it's like barcodes, you know. We got that close above that area. Starting to reject it with this candle right over here on the 4-hour. We're gonna form support to continue bullish.
You want to see something cool too? Go on the 1-hour and draw a trend line in that range.
From down here.
From the top going down. And you're gonna see how it broke the structure. And then you draw another trend line going up.
If you want to annotate, you can.
I was gonna send my chart.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know if you're talking about like a trend line right here. Because this could make sense as well.
Check this out, man. This is cool. It actually worked out.
Awesome. All right, GJ started getting this rejection. Ah, yeah, I see what you're talking about.
See that, man? It actually worked out, man. And that's how you catch the big move to go to 32,000.
Exactly.
With no drawdown.
That's why trend lines make sense.
And that's 400 pips right there. If you hold it for 32,000.
Mm-hmm.
You just wait, man. You wait until it breaks trend lines or zones, and that's it.
And you know, your main confluence is support and resistance, right? And then you throw your trend lines on here. If they make sense, they make sense. If they don't, you take them off.
Mm-hmm.
Good shit, bro.
Thank you, Nick.
All right, we got that close, James. Oh, this is the 15-minute now.
Yeah, I was trying to look at the 1-hour and decide, okay, do I put the zone above resistance at resistance at 129.050, or do I put it at support, you know, at 129.090? Because you kind of have that 4 pip range. Is that what that is? Yeah. Of kind of like a larger zone. I can't really tell if it's rejecting. Well, obviously it's rejecting, but if it's, you know, closing above support or closing below resistance.
Well, I mean, you look at the strength of the candles, and it corrected this entire bullish move. Came up here, created that top wick, and then rejected the entire thing and corrected the entire thing. So now it looks like we did close below, but you got to see on the lower time frames, you know, what's going to be happening in this area right over here with this candle. Because obviously we tapped into this area and rejected it, but did we just create a low for us to come down and retest? Now you look at the 5-minute and you wait for that the bearish structure to start forming.
You wonder if you can get a retracement to 129.200, form resistance to then continue down to basically retesting that support or that resistance.
You're saying come all the way back up into the range?
Mm-hmm. I wonder if we're going to get a retracement of that whole overall bearish move.
If that's the case, I think we'll just be ranging in here.
Yeah, that could be.
You don't necessarily want to be involved with that. So let's see what happens in this area on EJ. So we'll keep note of. Gold could be getting that same structure again, and a good opportunity on gold where we reject, grab liquidity, close bearish on the 15-minute, the 30-minute, and the 1-hour. Did we come up and form this wick? So it's 7:12 right now. So did we form our top wick already for 7 o'clock? to continue bearish? You got to ask yourself, will that be your opportunity? And again, you guys come into the charts and it looks like we're rejecting this area as well. Right? These candle body closes where we formed support and retested this bearish trend. Now we're starting to reject that area just like we did with these wicks over here. So, like I said, you guys come into the markets with two opportunities. Is this going to be one of your opportunities if you trade gold? To come down and retest these wicks over here. Maybe you don't trade gold and you want to wait for your opportunity on GJ, which is doing what I was saying in this area. But let's see this annual budget release. Did this come out yet? So this could be our support. They're saying that the overall budget looks positive, or it looks like it's going to be positive. So we created our high up here on GJ. Got this clean move to mirror. This is what we've been waiting for. We've been waiting for this close above this area, this high to be created. Finally get that close above 149.200, coming down to retest and form support and continue bullish to retest 150. As we know with GJ, always, or not always, but majority of the time when it creates that high, it comes down, creates support, and continues back up to retest that high. So that's what we're waiting on. So now we're starting to get a retest. Now, like I said, risky buys could be right down in this area, or safer buys will be above 149.570. Now, I like this for an intraday. Like I want to be able to catch these higher moves. That's what I've been working on. It's kind of been like my project for the past couple months, is just live back testing these higher time frame moves. So I'm looking to 715 right now. I'm looking to enter right now. This will just be my first trade of the day, and I have a wide stop loss, anticipating price to come back up and retest these highs. Now we could get some ranging, and I'm going to manage risk, and that's going to be perfectly fine. But I'm anticipating grabbing these moves, the bigger moves, so that eventually, we could grab something like this. Put our stop loss down here. And now, again, these are riskier buys. Safer buys are going to be above 149.600, let's say. All right, but I've been working on grabbing these, so I'm going to anticipate it, knowing that, this is typically what GJ does. Right, like just like this area over here. I was pointing out how you would have grabbed this in this area, this being a very key area. So how could you grab this? You wait for that support to be broken, or that resistance to be broken. On the 30-minute closed above, and that's how you grab that. that make sense to you guys? Cool. Now, I have a feeling we're going to have some issues. Not issues, but price is going to want to like teeter around this area and gradually come up. So we'll see. For now. And since these are riskier buys, I only enter 1%. The only thing I'm looking at is this area right over here. This rejection area.
Would it not have been better to wait for the 30-minute to close?
Oh yeah, 100% would be better. But you know, seeing this over and over and over again, react to these areas, and then even not even just that trend line, but multiple these 4-hour trend lines, how the price reacts in that area and then just takes off to retest the high. And seeing that over and over and over again, you start to catch on to it and anticipate it. So that's basically what I'm doing right now. Again, just 1% of my risk. It's just could be an intraday trade, just anticipating price to continue bullish, but we shall see.
Do you think it'd be good to wait for a close above like 130 or 149, 330?
Yeah. Definitely a safer buy. So now that we passed the high of this candle right over here, we're starting to retrace on the 15-minute on the second half of it. So this is where you close 50. Well, I'm closing 50. And just let the rest run. Yeah, safer bias would have been above this area. But again, we've seen this many times. We execute. Jaden getting that workout in down in Miami. Let's go.
Yeah, buddy.
Dude, I lost my AirPod Pros. I've had them for like 4 days.
No.
What?
I'm so hurt.
You can use the Find My iPhone with your AirPods.
Really?
Yeah. Go to Find My iPhone. And you can ping them and they'll make a sound.
That is good info.
That is good info. Let's see.
Oh, they're 15 miles away from me.
Where at though? Your hotel or something?
No, I'm at my hotel, so I have no.
Airport?
It's not the airport.
They're at the airport?
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
Let's see. What's up, Nathan?
Yo, yo.
What's up, buddy?
It's all good. How are we?
Good, man. How was your London session?
Yeah, it was fine. There was a GJ move that I was going to enter, but it was the one as it broke just above the zone. But I wanted it to come back down and retest that area. I just didn't really feel confident there, literally where your mouse is. Yeah, as it broke upwards. So I just didn't take it. And then it was just kind of too late to enter. The stop loss would have been way too far away. So me and Matei were on it. The close of Asia at the 6 to 8 GMT. And then we did a tiny bit like in London, but I didn't take any trades or anything. Big news. So yeah.
I love it.
You can just see how the markets are shortening up coming into this now.
Oh, I know.
It's going to be, well, it should be pretty big. 21 live. Did you take any trades?
Yeah, so I'm in GJ anticipating price to continue bullish and bounce off this trend line. Like I've been seeing this so many times that I'm just jumping in kind of like an intraday trade. I should have waited for price to close above this area.
But yeah.
But I already closed 50%. So we'll see what happens in this area. This is a very key area. The GJ creating its high, obviously up here, and then forming support and continuing bullish. Unless it closes below 149.200, then we could see continued sells. But we got this clean move to the left.
So yeah, I think it's like 70 pip zone now or range now. It was like 100 this morning, but then it just flew up.
Yeah. 7:30.
He's just started now.
What's up?
The budget's just started. Your man Rishi Sunak, the chancellor, is literally just about to start.
Yeah, they're saying it should be positive.
Yeah, it should be. So I think everyone's kind of That's why we've probably seen a push this morning.
Absolutely. So this 15-minute candle, if you get rid of this real quick, you guys know this is a key area, so we don't have to keep this on here. But this 15-minute candle closed with barely a wick to the bottom, anticipating price to continue bullish. And like I said, it's probably going to teeter around this area, and that's fine. And trying to honor this trend line. But again, safe buys would have been above this area, or even safer buys would have been above 149.550 to continue bullish. But I've been working on these moves for a while now, so now I'm starting to execute on them.
Okay.
So James, you saw EJ, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So this is, we reacted to that area. Obviously, we did close below support with this candle right here. Retested it. We got a strong bearish candle on the 15-minute that closed. So you ask yourself how you would have caught that. Maybe riskier sells would have been as price past the low of these candles over here. But the best case scenario would be a close below this area out of this range and taking this move right here.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking once we pass below these wicks at like 129.010, we should be heading down on the 15-minute.
What the hell happened to my chart? There we go. So we're getting that push on GJ right now. Possibly. Got Noah in the house. And again, if this doesn't make sense to you, I think I broke it down pretty clearly. But if something like this doesn't make sense to you, don't take it. You know, this is something that I've watched. You know, other people take, my mentor take, different moves like this in key areas like this. And I've just been back testing. I haven't even been executing on them, and now I'm starting to execute on them. Smaller lot sizes. You know, get comfortable with it. Make sure that, you know what you're doing, and your eyes get trained, and then you move into it. You start entering smaller lots, and then you start entering the bigger lots once you get more and more confident with it. So, but when you see somebody take a trade and it doesn't make sense to you, do not take it. Because how are you going to learn from it? Right? So right now, like if this does play out, then you journal it. You know, take it how you think you would have entered the trade. Maybe you do wait for that close above this resistance over here. Maybe you do wait for the close above this resistance up here. But I can't stress enough how important it is not to just follow, you know, and just blindly follow somebody the way they trade. If one of you guys sends a chart in the chat, and then, you know, you're like, oh my God, that makes sense. Not even a pair you've ever traded, and you just jump right into it with them. Like, you're not going to learn from that because you don't know how that pair moves. So it's important.
Let's go, GG. Let's go.
Giovanni, you in this too?
I love this setup.
Right? It's like
Yeah.
finally we're starting to pull the trigger on these.
Yeah, man. So I'm trying to do something a new strategy. So I'm trying to scale. I know this order is gonna happen, right? I know it's gonna do the weekly wick fill to 150. So what I'm doing now is I'm scaling the order.
Okay.
Maybe 10 pips, I put a buy stop.
Okay.
And it's gonna have the same stop loss and the same
Yeah.
So let's see how that works. To grow this account, I want to grow my account.
You want to go to your account?
Grow the account.
Oh, grow your account. Yeah. 100%.
So let's see how that works.
Yeah, man. It's all, everyone's got their own strategy and the way they do things, it's all subjective, it's that's why the market is so cool, because you'll come across somebody with a completely different strategy than you, and it makes complete sense, and there's thousands of different strategies out there, and they all make money. So you're just trying to come up with your own. You pull different things. Maybe you pull something from me, you pull something from Markeel, pull something from Giovanni's scaling method, and you create your own. You don't have to mirror somebody identical to their trading plan. You don't want something exactly the same. It's never going to be the same. The way you manage risk might be much different than theirs. Your money situation may be much different than somebody else's. So yeah, it's that's why trading's so interesting. I did 10 rounds of shadow boxing with 14-ounce gloves last night.
Oh, how are your shoulders feeling?
Oh. Dude, I've been working on speed with those 14-ounce gloves and just like popping those jabs, and just working on jabs, crosses, hooks, but just nonstop for about a minute each round. It's your neck, your traps, your shoulders, everything gets just so tight. Need that massage.
And it's crazy how those 14 ounces gloves, they start weighing like if they're 20 pounds.
Oh yeah.
And just imagine, man, being in the ring for 12 rounds, man.
Yeah. Minute and a half. And it's you against you. Like you come out of that ring, you're not fighting anybody. It's all in your head, everything. Same thing when you guys are trading, same thing when you guys are working out. It's all you against you. If you focus on somebody else or anybody else, let's say you're like trying to be a better trader than someone else in the market, losers focus on winners. Winners focus on themselves. So if you just focus on yourself, how you can get better, how you can conquer your minds, you're gonna be much better in this market, in life, in business, everything. Like why would you give a shit about what someone else's other business is doing, right? Or how they're trading? Who cares? There's so many people in this industry with that drama. Shut up. It's like, where is that going to get you? Nowhere. Let's go, GG.
Let's go.
I need to start watching those replays again.
Yeah, I've been watching it because I want to start catching those like Curl and the big moves, because he catches 1,000 pips, man. I don't know how he does it.
Yeah. Who was I telling this to? James, I think. Like, my routine used to be much different. My daily routine used to be much different, where I'd be able to rewatch those do stuff like that. It's just been a little bit more difficult now. I mean, I'm getting my schedule back and understanding what I have to do, but you know, I used to be able to spend the entire day just rewatching those lives. Or like if you guys want to come back and rewatch these and gauge our performance based on what we're looking at, EJ is looking nice for, you know, if you did want to trade in this range, sells back down to this area with the stop loss up here. Gold looks like it's coming back into this range. Maybe it's creating that top wick, rejecting. Will this 1 hour candle flip bearish by the time, you know, 750 comes around, 755? Or are we going to form support where these wick rejections are, just like we did over here? Can we form support to come back up here, create resistance, and then come down? Because every time you get, let's say you get rid of this, right? So every time you get these order blocks on gold, and it's been happening over and over and over again, right? You get these impulsive moves. See this candle right here? These impulsive moves. You get the impulsive move to come back into that range and create that order block. But this is where banks and institutions grab the liquidity and then start heading down. And that's exactly what happened with that bullish channel that I was showing you guys. Now, price could now come back down to retest and form this low, come up and retest this area, do the same thing, and then drop again to retest these lows. We see it over and over and over again. I've been pointing it out for weeks now. Look. See that? Tell me that doesn't look similar. Price comes up, makes that impulsive move in there, grabs liquidity, and then just shoots down. Comes over here, retests that area almost, and then just shoots down. Over here, retests this previous support, forms resistance over here, and then just drops, right? Does that make sense? That's why backtesting is so important, to see like, oh yeah, this happens multiple times. It's happening right now. So now we could get a support formed on gold, come up, retest, get that consolidation, and then just drop to retest these lows. Gold's a tricky one, but
Man, once you learn the structure of gold, man,
oh yeah,
so much easy. It's easier than GJ sometimes, because the move just happens. It doesn't fake you out, nothing. It just keeps down. You just gotta be careful when you're in the range. You just don't trade it.
Yeah, 100%. Exactly, and you just got to stay patient with it.
Yep.
You got to learn where you're going to take the impulsive moves, the impulsive entries, because that's where most of your opportunities lie, right?
And man, thanks to you, man, I used to trade gold once I got on the computer. Now I usually just wait for 8 o'clock, 8:15.
Yeah, man.
If I don't get my move at 8:15 or 8 o'clock, that's it.
Time is so big when it comes to trading. Also, like, so many people don't pay attention to that stuff, or, you know, they don't actually pay attention to the price. Like, where's price actually at? Is that a psychological level that it's rejecting? Why is it doing this? Why is it doing that? You're always asking yourself that why question.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, when you start like telling yourself, okay, 7:47 right now, the hour is about to come to an end. So let's look at the hour. Right now, it's creating it's creating a top wick potentially. The 30-minute closed, no, the 15-minute closed above this range over here. So we could be creating this top wick over here and then retracing. Once, you know, let's say 7:55 comes around, and then sometimes you get that hour bottom candle close. Hopefully we get 10 pips out of this. I'll secure a 10 before the hour close. But the 1 hour, just wait for it to create its top wick, and then the 8 o'clock open, that creates its bottom wick and then continues bullish. And that's where you get in. Was finally able to hook up this data plan on my iPad. It was taking forever. I bought it like last week, and then all of a sudden, like, it just wouldn't work on my iPad. But now I can, when I'm in the city, I can back test and do everything I want in there. I don't have to look for Wi-Fi.
Sometimes I feel like having an iPad is cool because it's actually easier to write your notes and stuff.
Oh, yeah, it's the best. Like, you either have like a legal pad that you write everything on, or, you know, you could do everything on your iPad.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool to have that. Like in the course, I have that pledge that you guys write to yourself, like that contract. Every day you got to sign it. You know, how are you going to sign that every single day on a piece of paper? You know? So is this the top wick that it created, like I was talking about? Right? Starting to come down to the hour close. We're tracing a little bit. The 1 hour candle, if you look at it, created its top wick. This is a strong bullish candle right here. Liquidity grab down here. Put our stop loss below the liquidity grab. Now the new candle could come down, form its bottom wick, and continue bullish. All right. Yeah, EJ came up, retested. Gold back in this range. 30-minute. I'm going to take a picture of gold. Let's see how this plays out.
I feel like gold is gonna retest the 1732 and then continue down.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna have that order block up here, and then just have that drop.
Yeah.
This is the 1 hour, so I don't know if that's gonna happen this session, but maybe Asian or London. So we're gonna take a picture of that, and let's see what ends up happening. Oh, that's our group journal. US 30s coming back in that range, Giovanni.
Let me check it out. I was probably gonna retest that trend line that I have.
Oh yeah, that's right. US 30. Oh, this is the one I drew. So Giovanni, this was yours, right?
Mm-hmm. It's like
That's
that.
what I'm looking at on SPX too.
What's up, Noah?
Yo, good morning.
Morning, bro. So SPX. I added these to my watch list for you guys. Let's see. Something like this now.
Shit, I was muted. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. First, I was looking at a GJ chart comparing with your S&P chart. I'm like, hold on, 150 is not on the S&P. But yeah, I was looking at something similar. We're just kind of chilling in this range.
Yeah, oh, on SPX?
Yeah, I'd be waiting for something above 3,900 or
yeah,
below 3,875.
You would wait for the support to be broken?
Yeah, I'm kind of considering that whole entire thing a range right there.
I like it.
On the 30-minute. Just too many, like it moves too quickly and there's too many fake outs to try to take one of those like 10, 15 point range moves the same way that like we do with GJ.
Yeah.
Like I'll try to target the same amount on an S&P trade, but I'll make sure that there's, 30, 40 points in abundance for me to possibly grab because it's not going to just make like that quick 10-point move and then reverse back. It's usually going to make a bigger move. Okay. So just try to play it safer.
Smart, man. The remember we were talking about gold last night?
Yes, sir.
I was pointing out, the trade you could have taken on gold and how it was respecting that bullish trend. I didn't get other pictures of it. Huh. Thought I did. But obviously we were respecting this bullish channel over here. I was bearish on gold, but what's it called? We were in this corrective phase over here, grabbing that liquidity, and then before it started heading down. But right here, as price formed support over here and reacted to this trend line, you could have grabbed 18 pips, about 20 pips actually, right up here, and then move your stop loss to break even. You would have been stopped out once price came out of this bearish channel, came up, retested it, and then just headed down.
My trade would have been from like 6 p.m. last night. So pretty much like the top of that range right there. In the paper trade I sent last night ended up playing out like 114 pips, I think.
Oh, I know. I was looking at that right up here.
Yeah. So the only reason that I would have taken it up there and like my theory behind that was that I was taking it out of session and I didn't know how much price could retrace a little bit further. So I was taking a little bit of a higher entry, expecting the probability to be lesser, but my risk to also be lesser. Mm-hmm. And so that was kind of my ideology behind there. So I would have just taken it a little bit earlier, but I like that zone to zone. It was pretty clean move. I was telling James these Asian moves have been happening more and more.
I know.
EJ ended up keeping on falling, but I just never really saw a good entry for it
On gold?
on EJ.
EJ, yeah.
Maybe on the 5 minute, but I'm trying not to take entries on the 5 minute.
Yeah, smart. Well, also, yeah, you got a 15 pip range right here.
Yeah.
You want to take that. You want to wait for this.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Just be patient. Wait for the bigger ranges, the easier moves. And the moves that you feel like 90%, there's a high probability that that's going to play out. When you just like feel like you know.
Yeah, I like this possible drop on EJ to fall back into the channel.
Yeah, it should be. With the look at the 4 hour on EJ.
Yeah, I've got them all in front of me. As soon as we break that 4 hour low, we should be coming down nicely.
I was showing James or anybody actually if they wanted to take a intraday trade as price on the 4 hour, barely a top wick past the low of this candle right here. Taking this down to retest this level over here. That could have been nice. Could be nice. Wait a minute. Let me see something real quick. Wow. My fiance works for Macy's, so I'm just trying to see their stock recover a little bit. Retail is in the gutter. Okay, so the 30-minute close, it's 8 o'clock. Hope Jaden gets his AirPods back.
Yeah.
Come on, Gigi.
Go look at gold. See how that drop always happens at 8 o'clock?
You got it?
It's like free money.
Yeah, I'm out of GJ. Yeah, stop that.
I've been back testing on
Get that,
gold
Giovanni?
for the 1 hour. The open candle, once it passes the wick of either side of the previous candle, you enter there, and it seems like it's been working out. I mean, this morning was about 60 pips.
Which time frame?
1 hour. Oh, sorry, yeah, 1 hour. And I
Yeah.
keep a 20 pip stop.
Mm-hmm.
So if it doesn't move and it moves the other direction.
Yeah.
And then I layered in 3 tranches. I do it in thirds. So the first third I take at 15 pips, and then the second and third I take at 20 pip tranches thereafter, and obviously keep trailing the stop.
I like it. Yeah, you were looking at gold last night, right, Justin?
Yeah, that was more strictly price action, but this is more of a strategy just for market open, because for market open, I've been noticing, obviously, with the bigger, longer candles, which signifies more volume, and it has a directional, it has a push normally in only one direction.
Mm.
And that's not always the case, but the majority of the time that's true.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a great point. Giovanni, you still on GJ?
Close me out.
Yeah. It's all good. We'll be catching those. That was a high probability setup. Even though the entry was premature, I'll definitely,
I think it's just to do with how much they owe. They've talked about how much they owe, and it's how much it's how much like the impact of COVID has had on the their government and their economy. They're talking like 5+ years before they're starting to see, or I think they said it was like our improvement or development of our country has been slowed down by 5 years as a result of COVID. So I think that's probably the main reason why we're seeing it coming back down again.
Yeah, it's a great point.
Like there's a whole load of positives that they've talked about in in it, and I'm surprised that it has taken the negative effect that it has. But it's just I think it is all just down to the fact how much money they owe.
Yeah.
Well, here in the States, we have 2 states that are going to be 100% open. And I'm really curious to see how that works out. Because Mississippi and Texas said on the 10th they're both going to go 100% reopened, and saying there's no mask mandate anymore either. So if numbers jump up in 2 or 3 weeks, then that wasn't the right thing to do. But I'm really curious to see how it works out.
Yeah, we shall see.
I took GJ Sells as they brought out the news on the how much they owed. Again, obviously, it was kind of like it was like they were just sugarcoating everything until they brought out the general news on how much they owed.
Would you take this as price broke the law?
No, I was actually I took it. Where was it? I took it at like 300, I think it was. As it was coming down. It was like on the 15-minute. It was like not that one. It was the previous one before that. The reason why I took it is just because of how much they owed and the way that they were sugarcoating it. Again, obviously, probably not ideal to be trading the news, but like if you owe that much money, like, and you talk about how much it's affected the development of the economy, like it has to have such a negative impact. Like, so, again, it was only a small trade. Like I have 2 runners running at risk. Well, I've 2 runners running at risk free just because I wanted to. I put my standard lot size, just put it into thirds and just put it into one by one.
Nice.
So I just that's something that I just done. So that's me done for the day, anyways. That's with that trade. So
good stuff, man. Yeah, the with me, what I've seen is like when I do trade around news, or I normally trade the reaction to the news like 5-10 minutes after, and I don't. Most of the time, I'll just close the full thing once I get my 10 pips.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, it's you could have that runner, but you could also get stopped out, and then all of a sudden it goes in your direction.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
right now it's starting to come back into that range.
Yeah, one of my runners just got stopped out there. I think it was like one of them has for some random reason was 200, the other was like 208. So that one just got stopped out. But I secured like 15 pips on 18 pips on all three of them, and then I left like runners very small penny lot sizes going.
Good stuff, man.
It's probably not ideal to trade news though, because you never really know what way it's going to impact.
It's definitely not ideal.
No.
No, but trading the reaction to the news like 5, 10, 15 minutes later.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Again, like I've taken that, like, so I took that it was 3 entries, but it was just the one trade because it was the same technical analysis on GJ. But where I'm pretty happy just to take the one trade instead of re-entering and looking again at something else, even if it does react in a specific way. Obviously, I don't know if GJ starts pushing even further down. I don't think I'll take a trade into it. I think if it reverses and starts pushing up towards 150, that's when I might look to take a buy. But I don't know because I don't see it falling that far.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't either.
It doesn't matter how much. Again, the only reason why I took it is because I anticipated that I was going to have that push down below the 149,200 level, which is exactly what it did. But again, it doesn't matter how much that they owe. I don't think that it's going to take a huge dump off on the pound.
Yeah. Yeah, it shouldn't, with most of it being positive.
Yeah, they talk about all these grants and all the taxes that they're kind of pushing off,
Yeah.
I suppose it's more for as like it's trying to get their economy back on the feet. But I suppose you can't really ignore the fact of how much money they owe as a result of COVID and all of these furlough schemes and stuff like that they've rolled out.
Mm-hmm.
So their treasury spent £407 billion on COVID support. So just think about that in terms of their economy. Like that, they said it slowed it down by 5-year growth. Like, so that's serious knock on. Like,
yeah, it's insane,
isn't it?
Insane.
What's that? Half the amount of money that you made off GameStop, was it?
Yeah, only a quarter. I fleeced the market.
Yeah.
Nah. Yeah, man. GJ's been wacky past couple of weeks when it comes to scalping. It's out of your control, right?
Yeah, I'm so surprised how little volume that they've had, especially with everything that's been going on. Like London Open, like there was, me and Mateo were looking at it, like there was more volume in Asia closed than there was in London Open. Like that just don't understand like how the hell that works out. Like
it's insane.
Yeah. What do you put that to?
What's up?
What would you put that to?
Put what to?
Like the amount of volume that we're having in London.
I don't. Well, the thing is that you got ebbs and flows in the market, and like 1 week sometimes this goes on for weeks, but I'll just put it in the weeks terms. But 1 week you'll have amazing London sessions on GJ or any kind of pairs, and then all of a sudden during New York, it's just like it ranges or you don't get much.
Yeah.
And then the week later, it becomes the opposite. And then the week after that, Asian gets some volume, and the other sessions don't. So it's just ebbs and flows in the market. Nothing you can control, but that's why you have that second pair in your back pocket that you've been live back to, and trying to learn so that maybe that one has more volume. Just like me with gold and GJ, gold is that second pair and EJ as well, but yeah, GJ's been pretty brutal. Damn, man, 100 pips. Well, Giovanni, we should have gotten in gold. Nah, it's all good.
The ADP come out negative. Does that mean it will go up or down?
What came in negative?
The ADP, non-farm payroll employment.
Oh,
change.
ADP? That means gold is, if it came out positive, which I think they were expecting it to, gold's going to go down. So you just want to think any positive news for the dollar, you're going to get the inverse with gold, and then vice versa. So, positive news for the dollar, you're going to see gold start to take a drop. Any kind of negative data coming out for the dollar, you're going to see gold start to rise. It's an inverse of the U.S. economy. Normally is. Thing is, it came out. What you want to look for is NFP, because ADP doesn't. It's not as much of a change as NFP is. ADP is just the. It came out worse. So that's a little. Yeah, gold's been acting like when I said normally gold is the inverse of the U.S. economy. It's been acting weird. And part of me feels like crypto has something to do with that. Now, this could have nothing really to do with the ADP. This could just be the technical analysis of gold and how it's just bearish right now, and how the New York Open just opened. Technically, as this candle passed the low of this candle right here, you're at clean space that banks have been wanting to take price back up to. Had to grab liquidity up here and take it right back down to here. So it's not like 100% U.S. news. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Gary, excited to put together a workout plan?
Yeah.
Maybe Gio Dane could help me out with that. But yeah, it's exciting, man. You start turning around and start focusing on fitness and everything again. Because, like, I know what it's like. Like, I used to be an athlete in high school and college. And, you get older, you're not playing sports as much. You start to drop off a little bit. You start to get a little comfortable. US 30 got a better setup. Yeah, so with ADP coming out, US 30 starting to drop a little bit. Wow, you see that, Gary? That's what we're all about. Love it. Good shit, Gio. He's saying he'll help put together a workout plan for you.
Okay, awesome.
I hate GJ, man. Dang.
It's all good.
I like gold better now, man.
I mean, last couple of weeks, it's hard to argue with. Getting
That's how I
smacked around
feel.
by GJ a little bit.
Gold. You can just. I've been focusing on it so long. I feel like it's more predictable than GJ, but probably the same would be true if focused on GJ for so long.
I mean, it normally is. GJ is normally the more predictable one, and it's just become so. I don't even know.
We had a good setup, man.
Yeah.
100.
I mean, and that's why I'm fine with it. It's a high probability setup. We've been following this bullish trend. We are above 149.200, which we've been waiting for all week. You know, get the support retested, come back up, retest this high, and continue bullish.
Did y'all secure on DJ?
What's up?
Did y'all get to secure on DJ?
I
Giovanni
didn't
and
understand you, Christian. My bad.
Did y'all get to secure on GJ?
Oh, no. We were only about 8 pips in profit up here. And I was in, this was going to be like an intraday trade. So I was looking to secure up here.
Okay.
On the 15-minute, price closed above this area. This candle started to come up and retest it, or pass the high of that candle to continue bullish. But if that was the case, I was saying if we got 10 pips, I was going to secure a little bit.
Mhm.
Not move my stop loss to break even, but secure it.
Okay. I got in 149.283, and I end up securing at 149.391, and then I secured again at 149.429.
Good stuff, man.
Nice.
There you go, Christian.
I was trying
Christian's
to.
eating tonight.
I don't know what's wrong with my headphones. I was taught. I should have just. I should have just got a message, but my messages won't go through on the train.
Yeah.
I was trying to, tell your actual y'all securing, which I couldn't do. I'm like, because now I'm in a school now. I'm sitting down now, but I'm like, are y'all securing? I'm like, I'm about to get out, like, because I'll be getting a little nervous.
No, I was telling you, they were just writing this in the chat if your headphones aren't working.
But it won't send through on the train.
Ah, damn.
Yeah, like
Y'all securing?
Yeah, I was trying. I'm like, I don't know if they secured it. I was like, let me just get out.
That's great. But
Damn, gold ended up
yeah,
doing.
man, this is our trade, Gio.
Jesus.
This is the trade during London, but
I sent my gold chart in the analysis. I don't know if you guys saw it.
Oh yeah.
And I had TP1 and TP2 and it hit both TPs.
All right, guys, I'm gonna head out. Everyone have a good day, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.
You too, Justin.
See you, buddy. Have a good one.
Thanks, you guys.
GP1, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Is this? What is this? This is gold. Okay, yeah.
Check that out, man. It's
Damn.
exactly to the T.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's where funding talent is kind of wrong. They have it down on their trading a cheat sheet that it's a break and retest when you trade gold. But gold normally, when it comes through those zones, there's so much momentum, it just continues.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I saw that too, and I posted that in our Slack. I like the idea of it, but I didn't agree with 100% of what they were saying.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, I gotta actually head off too a little sooner. If anyone wants to host it, I think I can just let someone host the rest of it, and you guys could just hang out. If not, we could just pick up where we left off tomorrow morning. But guys, I want you to make sure that you're journaling these trades, even if you don't trade gold or you don't trade GJ. And these are some pairs that appeal to you. I don't know if GJ is appealing to you very much lately, but just make sure that you're journaling the trades you would have taken. That's how you get better, right? Journal this. See the first entry. Where am I going to put my stop loss? Where am I going to take profit? And do that for the next couple months. And eventually you're going to start putting some smaller lot sizes on that. You see all these moves on gold. It's hard to wonder how you're not going to take. Like why wouldn't you do something like that? That's how you get better. That's how you build the confidence. So keep doing that stuff. And I'll see you tomorrow morning. Send your analysis. Guys, use this this group Trello. Right? Add your analysis in there, and I'll give you my feedback. I've been writing on. Noah had a really good breakdown over here, a lot of good detail, and I write like what I'm thinking about it. So if you guys want me to analyze your charts, that's another way for you guys to get better and more confident. I'll take a look at maybe I would have done something differently, but utilize this, and then but also make sure you put your name in the front, right, in parentheses, so I know who you are. Like some of these I wanted to analyze. I analyzed Derek's because I knew who he was. Or whose the card was, but look at all this detail he puts in. And I just give him my little analysis on it. So just make sure you guys are doing that, just so everyone else could see too. And then, you guys can go back and look at other people's charts as well, to get a good analysis. So with that said, I will see you guys tomorrow morning. We'll talk in the chat. Continue to kill it today. It's March 3rd. Beginning of a month, so just embrace it. Put your head down, put the work in. And like I said in the general chat last night, I don't think you guys understand where we're going to be in the next couple months. Doing this every single day together. Adding your charts, adding your analysis, getting more and more confident, and most importantly, sticking to your trading plan. You guys are going to be in a much better spot, much more confident as well. Increasing your lot size eventually. I know a lot of you guys are trading with a small amount of money. Right now I am, because I'm testing new things out as well. So, in the next couple months, even the next couple weeks, you guys sticking to your plan, you're gonna do very well. So keep it up, keep the confidence up. Remember, bulletproof mind. Nothing gets to you. Not a loss, not a win. Doesn't get too much into you, or a loss doesn't really hinder your progress either. So always that bulletproof mind. Keep your emotions at ease, and never let the market get to you.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Take it easy, buddy.
All right, guys.
See you later, guys.
All right.
Good one, guys.
You guys
Everybody have a good one.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
See you guys.